So after my experiences with my PLN, I think that there are many things that I can do that I can move forward with. And one of those things is to understand my privilege as an instructor working with pre-service teachers. I think that they are a very important resource for my PLN since I don't want to focus on those people or those educators that are already mastering the education or that have already mastered education and diverse topics. I think that we should focus, or I should focus as a young educator, on helping others grow as teachers, grow as educators, and through their growth, I will probably learn a lot. I remember after my first semester teaching that a lot of my students added me on Facebook, and we've always been discussing ever since education topics, social political topics, topics that make us reflect and make us think about various different things. So, for example, right now there's a political strike on the public universities. I'm sorry, on public universities in Puerto Rico. Out of the public system, there are 11 campuses. 8 are on indefinite strike, student-led strikes, so there's no education going on. And I've been compiling a lot of resources on that student strike and how it has affecting or how it is affecting the university, especially since there was another major student strike in 2010 and the repercussions of that strike were felt really hard on the economy. And through that recompiling of data, I'm also sharing it on Facebook, sharing my opinions with students, and we're debating the back and forth, the pros and cons of this student strike. And I think that's the least I can do as an educator. As I grow through my PLN, I will be able to have students feel free to ask me questions about what's going on in education and what are my thoughts about it and how we could probably interact or improve a situation in education. And not just that, also interact in the terms of assignments. So I became part of this group, teachers throwing out grades, and this teacher from Switzerland is creating a Facebook group where his students from Switzerland are going to be interacting with students from the United States on topics like World War One, World War Two, the Civil War in the United States, the War of Independence, and they're going to be interacting on what they're taught in Switzerland versus what's taught in the United States. So it's two very different perspectives that are going to be clashing there, and how they're going to communicate and interact is really interesting to me. And I was invited to participate on that interaction, and that was through a Facebook group, through a simple teacher asking for help. And I think that that is the most important part of it, that we as educators are constantly helping out other educators. What you see here is a page on on Reddit where you can see that there are a lot of questions related on ESL education, and you can click on any of those questions once you become a user and answer those questions and see how you can either learn something because this might be a question that you have, or you can teach something to someone. And I believe that this is where my PLN is taking me to, not only helping my present students when they become teachers as a resource, but also helping anonymously through Reddit to all these teachers from around the world that are asking questions and need help.